wherever you are in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and the wider Caribbean. Welcome to another presentation of Island Tea, and I'll be your host for today, as Cortencia will not be in today, but should be in, the Almighty Creator willing, tomorrow. Again, pleasant good day to you and yours. Hope your day started well and continues in that vein. Those of you who are celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, job promotions, whatever, well, congratulations to you. How do I start things this morning? I think I'll sort of pick up on a discussion that we had yesterday in relation to the Caribbean and the threat to take away visas from the leaders who accommodate the Cuban medical workers. And I'm going to open the lines to begin with. Mostly when I'm here, I'm going to open the lines, and you can call, speak on any topic you wish, anything that you feel is pertinent, anything that is relevant, things that are happening in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis and the wider Caribbean. And I'll accommodate you. But like I was saying, what do you feel? We were saying yesterday that there should have been, up to this point, a joint response to the threat to withdraw visas, that is, to withdraw visas from Caribbean leaders who accommodate the Cuban workers. I was perusing the news yesterday, and I did see something about the Caribbean leaders making a response, but it still seemed, when I tried to read it in detail, it still seemed to me like it was just a few and not a contingent or a number of the leaders getting together and showing unification on that matter. Let me see here. I'm going to see if I can caption this. Again, let me give you the numbers if you wish to call. The numbers on the island are 466-0989, 762-0989, and the overseas numbers are 305-921-4619, and the other is 718-288-6984. Or is that 768-285-6984? Now, let me repeat that again for you. The on-island numbers are, as I'm speaking to you, I'm still trying to peruse and open something here so that I can garner information. Yes. The numbers on island are 466-0989, 762-0989, and the overseas numbers are 305-921 4619 and 718-285-6984. I think I'm going to take a bit of a break, get my bearings together in terms of the information I'm trying to pull, and I will be right back with you.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WINN FM.
Portsmouth's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less and save more. How, you ask? Essential Everyday and Equiline. Spend less on our Essential Everyday products and get the best quality, the best taste, and the best value. Spend less for all your family health and beauty needs with the Equiline brand of over-the-counter products. Portsmouth's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less. With our Essential Everyday products and Equiline over-the-counter health and beauty care products. Shop smart and spend less at Value Mart, where price matters most.
Babe, we can get up to 100% financing on a land loan with CIBC Caribbean.
Really? No down payment?
With 15 years to repay, it's so affordable.
Now we can finally move forward with the land we love.
Get up to 100% financing, half off the loan application fee, and up to 15 years to repay a land loan. Plus, CIBC Caribbean will give you $675 towards your valuation fees. Promotion ends March 31, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Visit CIBCFCIB.com for more information.
Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their May 2025 intake and is holding a free information session at the Kuna Conference Centre, Wilkins Street, Bastair, on March 13th from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Edinburgh Napier's programs, which include the AACSB, accredited MBA and BA Business, are 100% online, 100% relevant, and 100% flexible. Reserve a place now at www.seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on WINN Media 98.9.
Okay, I'm back with you, and I think I've got my information in line here. And so I'm going to go straight to a clip that deals with, it says, the caption says, Caribbean leaders tell U.S. to keep the visa. We are sticking with Cuba. So let me see if I can play that for you.
Just came back from California. And if I never there again in my life, I will ensure that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago is known to its people and respected by all.
Does anybody expect that I to go because I want to keep a visa, that I would let 60 persons from the poor and working people to die? It will never happen.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's not very often that you have Caribbean leaders really standing up to the U.S. government, or some people like to say Babylon U.S., but they are getting some strength to do so now. It's a good thing. When they do good, we must say they do good, and when they do bad, we must speak about it as well. And so I noticed that Dr. Keith Rowley is basically saying if he never gets to go back to the U.S., well, too bad. And I see the St. Vincent Prime Minister also saying, look, if he is to lose his visa and his wife, well, I prefer to lose it than to allow 60 people who currently is on hemodialysis that the Cuban doctors deal with to die in St. Vincent. So it's good to see that people are standing up. What did Dr. Rowley say? He said Prime Minister Keith Rowley has come out in defense of Trinidad and Tobago's sovereignty following the recent threat of U.S. visa restrictions announced by Trump administration against governments utilizing Cuba's overseas medical mission. The program is vital healthcare systems across the region for decades, has been described in the report by the Trump administration as Constitution forced labor and a form of human trafficking. So let's hear what Dr. Rowley had to say.
Something too. Talking about we rely a lot for our healthcare delivery on certain specialists who over the decades we have obtained from India, from the Philippines, sometimes from Africa, and mainly from Cuba. Out of the blue now we are being called human traffickers because we hire technical people who we pay top dollar equal to local rates, but we are now being accused of taking part in the program where people are being exploited. That's somebody's interpretation. And of course, there are local people here encouraging them to take away our US visas. Today, I just came back from California. And if I never there again in my life, I will ensure that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago is known to its people and respected by all.
Right, so Rowley made a serious stand talking about Trinidad's sovereignty. The St. Vincent government in a bold stand for healthcare in the Caribbean. Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves expressed his willingness to sacrifice his U.S. visa to maintain the presence of Cuban doctors in his country. And he was speaking at the PNP Forum in Portland. He defended the vital role that these medical professionals play in local healthcare system, particularly the contribution to essential services like hemodialysis at the Medical Diagnostic Center in Georgetown in St. Vincent. So let's listen to Dr. Ralph Gonsalves.
The Secretary of State of the United States of America has issued a statement that countries which are complicit in his words with trafficking in persons and exploiting Cuban professionals, the doctors and engineers who come, that those who are complicit will lose their passport, they lose their visas and their families. And if he knows the facts, I'm sure that he will understand that we are not involved in that. But if it is determined that you have to take away my visa and Eloise's visa, I want to say this publicly. It could be reported. I'm not looking for a fight with anybody. But we have to be honest and open. The hemodialysis which we do in St. Vincent at the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center with these 60 persons, without the Cubans there, I will not be able to offer that service. So, does anybody expect that I to go because I want to keep a visa, that I would let 60 persons from the poor and working people to die? It will never happen.
Well, there you go. So you see Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves of St. Vincent standing up for what he believes. And Gonsalves' declaration, of course, comes in response to the recent announcement by the U.S. government. Of course, they're now aiming to restrict visas. But, I understand some people are saying, look, these Caribbean leaders could talk these things on stage. They could say them for the show. They're not going to lose it because they have diplomatic, pass through and they go to the U.S. What about the local people if the governments decide to stand up against the United States of America? We will see how this plays out, but that's a good thing to see. That Caribbean leaders are finally taking a stand on something and not being afraid to talk back to the United States of America. Can't be a bully all the time. Have a good day.
Okay, so today I want to follow up on a story that I covered yesterday.
No. So, my apologies there. I was otherwise occupied. So, what do you think? What do you think as it relates to the Caribbean actually standing up to the U.S. and saying, well, you can keep your visas. We feel our people are more important. I note that I have some guests in here, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a bit of a break, and I'll get back to you. While I take that break, you can ponder what you think, and later down in the program, you can give me a call and express your opinion.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
It's the sale you've been waiting for. Happening now. Discounts galore at your favorite Hosford store. Hosford's Furniture and Appliances, Ashley's Furniture Home Store, Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers, and Hosford's Auto Parts and Accessories. Get ready for discounts galore. Store discounts, big discounts, small discounts, VAT discounts, and more. We're slashing prices with at least 4% VAT off and up to 20% off store-wide on furniture, appliances, auto parts, building materials, and hardware, and so much more. Discounts galore across all Hosford stores. And that's not all. Customer discounts and even Value Club member savings mean the deals just keep getting better. Whether you're upgrading your home, tackling your next project, or fixing your ride, Hosford's has you covered. Take advantage of the discounts galore at all Hosford stores today. At Hosford's Furniture and Appliances, Ashley's Furniture Home Store, Hosford's Building and Nevis Centers, and Hosford's Auto Parts and Accessories. Hurry in! These offers won't last long. Don't miss out on the biggest savings of the year. Visit any Hosford store now and start saving with discounts galore in every store. Big deals, big savings, and more. Terms and conditions apply.
Babe, we can get up to 100% financing on a land loan with CIBC Caribbean.
Really? No down payment?
With 15 years to repay, it's so affordable.
Now we can finally move forward with the land we love.
Get up to 100% financing, half off the loan application fee, and up to 15 years to repay a land loan. Plus, CIBC Caribbean will give you $675 towards your valuation fees. Promotion ends March 31, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Visit CIBCFCIB.com for more information.
Attention, St. Kitts and Nevis. Ready to hit the road in style? Hosford's Automotive presents VAT Off Drive On Sales Event. Get up to $15,000 in total savings and much more, including no down payment, free bid of sale, free servicing for 12 months. Choose between $1,000 in groceries or free gas for 3 months, free registration, free licensing, free tinting, free accessories, and more. Don't miss out with 4% VAT off. It's never been easier to own your own dream car. These savings and deals happening now. So visit Hosford's Automotive and drive home happy. Hosford's Automotive, where affordability meets the road. Terms and conditions apply.
Babe, we can get up to 100% financing on a land loan with CIBC Caribbean.
Really? No down payment?
With 15 years to repay, it's so affordable.
Now we can finally move forward with the land we love.
Get up to 100% financing, half off the loan application fee, and up to 15 years to repay a land loan. Plus, CIBC Caribbean will give you $675 towards your valuation fees. Promotion ends March 31, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Visit CIBCFCIB.com for more information.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on WINN Media 98.9.
And I'm back with you, and I'm going to go straight into a clip further in the conversation as it relates to the Caribbean's response to the U.S. Deciding they will withhold visas for anyone who participates in the Cuban doctor sort of a relation. So I'll play for you a clip that the caption reads, CARICOM not scared of Trump, St. Vincent PM says keep your visa. You heard a bit of that prior, but I guess this will be him and perhaps others.
If it is determined that you have to take away my visa and Eloise's visa, I want to say this publicly. It could be reported. I'm not looking for fight with anybody. But we have to be honest and open.
In a bold defiance of U.S. interference, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, has just drawn a line in the sand. In response to the United States' latest threat over Cuba's healthcare workers in the Caribbean, Rowley declared, "I will ensure that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago is known to its people and respected by all."
I just came back from California, and if I never there again in my life, I will ensure that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago is known to its people and respected by all.
But what does this mean for the rest of the Caribbean, and why are we witnessing such an intense clash of power? Stay tuned as we dive deep into the controversy. For decades, Cuba has sent its doctors, nurses, and healthcare professionals to the Caribbean, saving countless lives and filling a gap where medical resources are scarce. These Cuban health brigades have been a lifeline, not just in the Caribbean, but in places across the globe. But now, the U.S. has targeted this program, accusing it of being a form of forced labor. The reason? They claim that the Cuban government is exploiting its medical professionals. But is this the full truth? Trinidad's Prime Minister, Rowley, stands unwavering in the face of this threat. Just returned from California, Rowley makes it clear the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago will not be compromised. And it's not just Trinidad. Leaders from across the Caribbean are stepping up, pushing back against the U.S.'s growing interference in their internal affairs. Prime Minister Gonsalves of St. Vincent and the Grenadines boldly defended the Cuban program, calling out the misinformation being spread. He points out, maybe some people in Florida don't quite understand what's happening here. When they get the full story, they'll see they're mistaken.
The Secretary of State of the United States of America has issued a statement that countries which are complicit in his words with trafficking in persons and exploiting Cuban professionals, the doctors and engineers who come, that those who are complicit would lose their passport, they lose their visas and their families. Now, I know we're not involved in any exploitation of Cuban workers. And I know that the Cubans are not involved either, the Cuban government. I know the arrangements. And I believe that the Secretary of State is a good and decent man. I would not say anything bad about him. I don't say things, it is not in my nature to say bad things about people unless I have the evidence. And I have no evidence. And he appears to me to be a good man. And if he knows the facts, I'm sure that he will understand that we are not involved in that.
And Antigua's Prime Minister, Gaston Brown, couldn't have been more direct. The U.S. should treat the Caribbean with some degree of respect. He emphasized how the Cuban medical missions are vital for the survival of Caribbean healthcare systems and warned that punitive action would dismantle them. For years, countries like Trinidad, Antigua, St. Vincent, and Jamaica have relied on Cuban medical professionals, paying them top dollar, equal to local rates, for their expertise. They're not victims of human trafficking. They are highly skilled workers contributing to the health and well-being of the Caribbean people. In his recent address, Rowley didn't hold back. He recalled the heartbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic when countries like the U.S. prioritized their own citizens over others. And now, when the Caribbean turns to Cuba for help, the U.S. wants to strip away vital resources under the guise of human trafficking. Rowley calls it what it is, a blatant misinterpretation.
We rely a lot for our health care delivery on certain specialists who over the decades we have obtained from India, from the Philippines, sometimes from Africa, and mainly from Cuba. Out of the blue now we are being called human traffickers because we hire technical people who we pay top dollar equal to local rates. But we are now being accused of taking part in the program where people are being exploited. That's somebody's interpretation. And of course, there are local people here encouraging them to take away our US visas. Today, I just came back from California. And if I never there again in my life, I will ensure that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago is known to its people and respected by all.
But here's the bigger question. Why is the U.S. suddenly so threatened by the Caribbean? Could it be that these doctors, who've been essential in countries like Jamaica, Trinidad, and Guyana, are seen as a symbol of the Caribbean's growing independence? The region's refusal to bow to external pressure is causing discomfort at the highest levels of U.S. politics. Make no mistake, this isn't just about Cuba. It's about the Caribbean's right to decide its own future. It's about sovereignty, unity, and our refusal to be bullied. Leaders across the region are standing together, declaring that the Caribbean will not be swayed by foreign powers who seek to control us. This is a turning point, a time when the Caribbean must stand firm. As Raleigh said, "If I never go back to California again in my life, I will ensure that the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago is respected. And we, as a united Caribbean, must ensure that our sovereignty is never questioned." So, as Trump's threats continue, the Caribbean is speaking out. We are in charge of our future. We choose who we partner with. We are stronger together, and no one, no country, will take away our dignity. The world is watching. Like, comment, and share thoughts on this fight for Caribbean sovereignty. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful, truth-driven content.
If it is determined that you have to take away my visa and Eloise's visa, I want to say this publicly. It could be reported. I'm not looking for a fight with anybody. But we have to be honest and open. The hemodialysis which we do in St. Vincent at the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center with these 60 persons, without the Cubans there, I will not be able to offer that service. So, does anybody expect that I to go because I want to keep a visa, that I would let 60 persons from the poor and working people to die? It will never happen.
You're in tune to WINN FM 98.9, downtown Bastille in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I am back and forth as we go along here. Again, that clip was mainly more of a rehash of what was discussed before. So what we'll do, I'll take a bit of a commercial break because we have some guests here, and I'm going to take a bit of a break and get back to you, and we'll get into the upcoming program.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Let TDC Financial Services help you go for your goals. Whether you're thinking of taking that grand vacation, down payment on a house, higher education, TDC Financial Services has various plans that will allow you to go for your goals. Choose from the Accumulator Plus, Investment Starter Plan, and Fixed Deposit. Ready to go for your goals? Visit us at TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
At Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their May 2025 intake and is holding a free information session at the Kuna Conference Centre, Wilkin Street, Bastair, on March 13th from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Edinburgh Napier's programs, which include the AACSB, accredited MBA, and BA Business, are 100% online, 100% relevant, and 100% flexible. Reserve a place now at www.seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
Babe, we can get up to 100% financing on a land loan with CIBC Caribbean.
Really? No down payment?
With 15 years to repay, it's so affordable.
Now we can finally move forward with the land we love.
Get up to 100% financing, half off the loan application fee, and up to 15 years to repay a land loan. Plus, CIBC Caribbean will give you $675 towards your valuation fees. Promotion ends March 31, 2025. Terms and conditions apply. Visit CIBCFCIB.com for more information.
More than 42 million cars from 19 different car companies are being recalled for faulty airbag inflators. Repairs are fast, easy, and free. The problem isn't with the airbag, it's with the airbag inflator. Because the inflator can rupture, shooting shrapnel through the airbag, which can cause serious injury or even death. Don't risk it, fix it.
Please contact TDC Automotive Division to find out if your Toyota vehicle is affected by the Takata airbag recall. Visit or call us at 465-2511 in St. Kitts or 469-5430 in Nevis.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on WINN Media 98.9.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to Nutrition Nation. My name is Lataya Matthew Duncan, and I am the Nutrition Surveillance Coordinator from the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts. So welcome, wishing you a bright and positive start to your day, and it's really a pleasure being here this morning because in front of me we have the future. And for those of you who know what I mean when I say we have the future, I have some bright sparks, some students here with me from various schools in St. Kitts. And today we'll be looking at obesity. We recently celebrated World Obesity Day on March 4th, and these students took part in an essay writing contest that was held in February of 2024, and they emerged the winners. However, I'm not going to hug the mic this morning, so I'm going to allow our very first star to take us off.
Good morning, my name is Dania Williams. I am 13 years old. I attend the Virtuals High School.
Fabulous, Dania, and kudos to Virtuals High School. In your essay, you highlighted the importance of drinking plenty of water and getting enough sleep. Why is water essential for our bodies, and why is sleep important for overall health? So give us a little insight on why you wrote that in your essay.
Water is important to our body because it keeps our bodies healthy. It keeps our blood healthy to fight infections such as cold and keep our kidneys healthy. And sleep help us to restore our mind, and we grow when we sleep. So yes.
Thank you so much. That was definitely a mouthful. I really need to restore my mind because I literally did not get enough sleep last night. So Dani, I mean, I know it was important when you started looking at your essay, what you're about to write, what you want persons to know. So tell us a little bit, what do you want persons who read your essay, who come across even this content from the radio program, when they think about your essay, what do you want them to learn, understand, and remember about your essay?
I would like them to learn that to eat healthy food, stay active, drink plenty water, and take some rest often.
Sound like she's preaching to the choir. Wonderful. I think those are some really, really sound advice, especially coming from children. And I think that, you know, we need to pay attention to these little things that we take for granted, getting enough sleep, ensuring that we are drinking plenty of water, especially given the current climate that we are in. So I want to thank you so much for highlighting that in your essay. However, we will now be moving on to our next student, and so we'll be moving on to Tajan. Well, I'll allow him to introduce himself, speak a little bit about him. So our next star, please.
Good morning. My name is Tajan Sargent of the George Moody Stewart School.
Thank you so much, and we really want to thank the schools for really making an effort to ensure that they have students represented during the essay competition. Now, Mr. Sargent, because you just seem so proper, I have to address you as Mr. Sargent. In your essay, you mentioned that your grandfather encouraged you to be more physically active. Now, why is it important to spend less time playing video games and engage in more formal activities?
It's important to play less video games and to be more physical active because it can help us to prevent diseases that can happen later on in life.
Yes, and I think that it is so wonderful that we have the aspect here where he mentioned in his essay about his grandfather, and the thing is we really need to be role models for our children, for our students, for the younger generation, and it is so important that we try to encourage them as much as we can. Mr. Sargent, for you, anyone who reads your essay, what do you hope that they learn, understand, remember when it comes to your essay?
What I want them to remember is to exercise daily, to change your eating plan or diet, and to, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I think that's all I have.
Okay, but those are the two main keys that persons really want to focus on. So listen, off the top of your head, you hit the nail on the head. Okay, because yes, persons need to focus on their diet as well as physical activity, because those two need to be married. They need to be, you cannot do one without the other. So right at the top of your head, you hit the main two, so I don't even think you need to dig any deeper. So I want to thank your grandfather for the encouragement, for everything that he have taught you. I think it is awesome.
Let's take a bit of a commercial break. Let's take a bit of a commercial break and we'll return.
Okay, so remember we said we have 3 stars here. So without further ado, we have really had some wonderful information already this morning. We spoke about sleep, drinking enough water, physical activity, and eating healthy. We'll now allow our 3rd star to take the mic. Kindly start by introducing yourself. Please tell the listening audience a little bit about you.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Journey Clark. I go to the Beach Island Primary School. I am 11 years old. I'm in grade 6, and my favorite sports are football and track and field.
Oh, fabulous. 2 extremely active sports. So are you running in this year's sports there?
Yes.
Oh, fabulous. What events do you run?
I run the 200 meters, sometimes the 8, relays, and 400.
Okay, fabulous. So for those of you who would be attending the the Beach Island Primary School sport, they kindly remember to root or to look for Johnny Clark and big him up wherever you see him, give him a high five. So Johnny, in your essay, you suggested that health experts could visit schools for a health way to help prevent obesity. What activities would you like to see from us? When you speak about health experts, I think that includes me. So tell me a little bit, what activities would you like to see from the health expert if they were to propose a health week at your school?
Well, not all children like to participate in physical activities, but there are other ways they can still be healthy. They can still be healthy by doing essays, competitions, art competitions, and even song competitions.
Fabulous.
Health experts can come to the schools and talk to the children about what it means to be healthy. And I also think that schools should take their fruit days more seriously because it can probably have a big impact on some of the children's them that are still going to schools.
I thank you so much, Journey, because I keep trying to tell them that. So, you heard Mr. Clark, schools, y'all need to take y'all food days more seriously. I did not say it this time. I did not say it at all. Okay, so I really want to appreciate that sentiment because that is something that have been shared for quite a while. Something that's been happening in St. Kitts and Nevis as relates to food days in the schools, but most of the time the focus is on the early childhood centers. And, you know, really and truly could also benefit primary schools as well as high schools. Mr. Clark, your next question for you. For anyone who reads your essay, what do you hope they learn, understand, and remember about your essay?
What I want them to understand is that being healthy is very, very important. It can have a big impact in your future life and it can keep you healthy.
Yes, definitely. So we did have quite a few key messages that came up from the students this morning about obesity, how persons in general want to remain healthy. However, I want persons to know that obesity is preventable, manageable, and we can work together in order for a healthier future. Small changes in daily habit, like the students emphasize here, exercise, diet, physical activity, and of course getting adequate sleep can help, and there can be big health benefits. Raising awareness about the importance of these activities is rather essential as to why we are here this morning. St. Kitts and Nevis, like other countries, we do have some issues among our populations as relates to health. And so we are just trying to encourage persons to try to eat better, drink more, which would include drinking more water, increase their physical activity, get more sleep, and of course, stimulating the mind, taking part in different quizzes, art competitions, etc. Okay, so now I think we'll go to a break, and we really want to thank the sponsors, Republic Bank, for this segment.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WINN FM.
Edinburgh Napier University, the #1 modern university in Scotland, is now recruiting for their May 2025 intake and is holding a free information session at the Kuna Conference Centre, Wilkins Street, Bastair, on March 13th from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Edinburgh Napier's programs, which include the AACSB, accredited MBA, and BA Business, are 100% online, 100% relevant, and 100% flexible. Reserve a place now at www.seidegrees.com. That's www.seidegrees.com.
We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Let TDC Financial Services help you go for your goals. Whether you're thinking of taking that grand vacation, down payment on a house, higher education, TDC Financial Services has various plans that will allow you to go for your goals. Choose from the Accumulator Plus, Investment Starter Plan, and Fixed Deposit. Ready to go for your goals? Visit us at TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Want to earn your degree from a U.S. university? Qualifying Caribbean residents can study 100% online at DeVry University with 50% tuition savings and a waived application fee. Don't miss this incredible opportunity. Restrictions apply. Visit partner.devry.edu/Caribbean today.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on WINN Media 98.9.
Now, welcome back to our show this morning. So, earlier we were discussing obesity as well as some health benefits that we would like the general public to actually be aware of. And I have my facilitators with me this morning, and they are doing such a good job. So, we are going to be wrapping up this show, and I'm going to allow them to nicely bring on their closing remarks for us, please. So, Johnny, we'll start with you.
All right. I just want to thank my mother. She been there for the ups and downs. She is very supportive, and I really love my mother. And I just hope she comes out of the hospital real quick.
Thank you so much. So, Johnny, Mom, he loves you, and he's wishing you a speedy recovery, as all of us are here. And you are doing a wonderful job with him. If you are listening, kudos to you. Great job, Mommy. Okay, thank you. So we just want, these are some of the ways that we as parents can be impactful on our children, and we have to remember that even sometimes when we think that they are not thinking about us, they definitely are. So we want to wish his mommy a speedy recovery. We'll now have our next facilitator.
I would like to thank my mom, my dad, and my grandpa for the information that he gave me to write my essay. I would like to also thank my aunt, who is a nurse, for the information she gave me. And I would like to thank my school for bringing out the flyer for the obesity competition, and I would like to thank all the other people who supported me through writing my essay.
Thank you so much. Now, you want to say your name again and your school before you leave the mic?
I am from the George Moody Stewart School. I am 11 years old, and I'm in grade 6.
I thank you so much. And here we want to thank, the grandparents. It is so great hearing about grandparents having a significant impact in children's lives. Still, my grandparents had one in mind, and I'm so happy that, we have that, where we still have generation and generations who see the importance of the information that they receive from their grandparents. So, Granddad, you are doing an awesome job. Mommy, Daddy, nurse, auntie nurse, please don't feel excluded, but I just want to big up the granddad this morning. Okay. Now we'll have our final facilitator to the mic. I'm calling them facilitators because I think they are doing such a great job that we actually can start looking at having some of them host some of these activities for us. They're watching me wide-eyed, but y'all are doing such an awesome job. So you may start your closing remarks now.
I would like to say that they can stay healthy, stay away from the sugary snacks, and I would like to thank my mommy for giving me the knowledge to encourage me to write this essay. And my name is Daniel Williams again. I am 13 years old. I attend the best high school in the world, the Verchals High School. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to argue with that. I can't argue with that. But yes, but I think we had some songs words this morning coming from the future, our children, the next generation to come. And it is so awesome sometimes when you listen to children or even just look at them and try to wonder what they are thinking about. And then when they open their mouth, so amazed, because we tend to underestimate our children, but they really are a vessel for knowledge. So I'm going to close now, and I just want persons to remember healthy habits starts early. Let's empower our children with a healthier future. Nourish our children with healthy food, active play, love, and of course, knowledge. A healthy future begins with teaching kids it's good to have good habits. It's good to have good eating habits. It is good to have good exercise habits. It is good to have good sleeping habits. Let's create a world where every child grows up and is knowledgeable about healthy habits. And I really, really want to thank the schools, the parents for allowing these children to take part here in this show today. I know they could have said no, but they did not. And as a matter of fact, they really were so supportive. So I really want to thank the schools and big up the parents. And to our listening audience, I hope that you were able to get quite a bit of knowledge in this brief time that we were here, because some real impressive statements were made this morning, short, sweet, and to the point. And like one of my one of my lecturers back in nursing school would say, keep it simple. And I think you definitely had simple this morning. Thanks again for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9 WINN FM.
Let's get real on WINN FM. Hi, this is Lavi. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on WINN FM. Get ready for an hour of real talk that will keep you engaged and informed, bringing you insights, the hottest topics of the moment, and perspectives that matter from the runway to the political arena. Real talk with Lavi covers all. Let's get real Wednesday nights at 8 on WINN FM.
We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Ramsdale good food people always there to serve you. Ramsdale good food people, locations right near you. Ramsdale good food people, in-store specials for you. Ramsdale good food people. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
If you live in low-lying areas, be aware of the possibility of tsunamis immediately after an earthquake. A strong earthquake lasting 20 seconds or more is a natural tsunami warning. Do not wait for an official warning. Gather your family members and evacuate immediately after the shaking stops. Don't delay. A tsunami could occur within minutes.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WINN FM.
Tune in to Creative Voices, the ultimate radio call-in program where innovation meets inspiration. Join me, Dr. Sarah Owen, as I welcome brilliant Caribbean creatives and innovators for engaging sessions that promise to spark your creativity. Don't miss this unique opportunity to interact with our guests, ask your burning questions, and gain insights that could elevate your own creative endeavors. Tune in every other Friday from 10 a.m. to midday. Get inspired. Let your voice be heard. Mark your calendars and prepare to embark on a journey of creativity and innovation with Creative Voices.
We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Buster! We run things, things are on we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like party party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste, Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster!
Hey, have you heard about the water shortage in our area?
Yeah, it's pretty serious. I've been trying to conserve water as much as possible.
Me too. I've started taking shorter showers and turning off the faucet when I brush my teeth.
But that's great. Another way to save water is to fix any leaks in your house.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. How much water can a leak waste?
A small leak can waste up to 20 gallons of water daily, which can really add up over time.
Wow, that's a lot. And have to check for any leaks in my house.
But another good tip is to only run your dishwasher and washing machine when they are full to save water and energy.
I'll keep that in mind. It's important that we all do our part to conserve water, especially during this shortage.
Absolutely. Every drop counts.
This message was brought to you by the St. Kitts Water Services Department. Learn more at water.gov.kn.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on WINN Media 98.9.
And welcome back. The time is approximately 2 minutes moving away from the 9 o'clock hour. And we just had a bit of a discussion with the future. The youths of today are the leaders of tomorrow, and sounding quite well, expressing themselves as it deals with health, obesity, and accommodated by 2 parents and a teacher who was the moderator for that show. And as she said, when we listen to those youths, we are proud. We feel that, okay, the future seems to be offering potential for positive advancements. Okay? Well, I'm here with you again, and we'll continue our discussions. As I said, you can give me a call, speak on anything that you feel is pertinent, perhaps something we spoke about before or something you want to bring up and speak about. I have a clip here as it deals with Jamaica and their movement towards becoming a republic and its link with the Caribbean's cry for reparations after slavery and what our foreparents endured and what we presently are going through due to no fault of our own. So I'm going to give you the numbers again, and when I finish, you can, if you don't call, then I'll get into the clip. I have the numbers here, 466. The internal island numbers are 466 0989 762 0989. The overseas numbers are 305 921 4619 and 718 285 6984. Let me repeat them again for you. The numbers are 466 0989 7620989, 305-921-4619, and 718-285-6984. Now, before I play that clip, let me take some time to say good morning, a special good morning to Sylvine. Sylvine, I don't know if you are listening or haven't heard from you in a while, and so I'm sort of hoping that you are in good stead and that we will hear from you sooner than later, because we are always concerned when we don't hear from you for a while. Okay, so that's to Sylvine, hoping that you're in good stead, and if you choose to do so, you can give us a call and let us know that you are up and about and in good stead. Right about now, I'm going to get into that clip. The caption reads, Jamaica moves to become a republic as calls grow for slavery reparations following UK royal visit.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. This weekend, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge finished a week-long visit to former British colonies in the Caribbean, Belize, Jamaica, and the Bahamas. The trip comes after Barbados cut ties to the monarchy and became a republic last year. During the so-called Charm Offensive, the British Commonwealth countries, the royals were met with protests calling for reparations for slavery. A government committee in the Bahamas urged the royals to issue a, quote, full and formal apology for their crimes against humanity. In one meeting, Jamaica's Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, told Prince William his country would be, quote, moving on to become a republic.
But Jamaica is, as you would see, a country that is very proud of our history, very proud of what we have achieved, and we are moving on, and we intend to attain in short order our development goals and fulfill our true ambitions and destiny as an independent, developed, prosperous country.
For more, we go to Jamaica to speak with a member of the Jamaican Parliament who met the royals during their tour and was accused of snubbing the Duchess, Kate Middleton, but says photographs that show her looking away misrepresent their cordial exchange. Lisa Hanna is a senior member of Jamaica's Parliament for the opposition and a shadow minister for foreign affairs and foreign trade. She has a new piece in The Guardian headlined, I did not snub Kate Middleton, but Jamaica needs more than royal regrets over slavery. Welcome to Democracy Now! It's great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Can you just tell us exactly what happened and what you're calling for?
Well, the truth is, you want to know what happened with the meeting, or you wanted to know what happened with what I'm calling for on the whole?
Both.
Okay, so I was at the airport representing the leader of the opposition, both myself and the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. And we met the Duchess of Cambridge and we met Prince William coming off the plane, and we had cordial conversations. I think, like in anything else, there perhaps may have been a moment when a manipulated type of 2-second video would have made it appear as if I turned away from her. But there was nothing which, in that entire meeting, would have given the impression to her or to anyone else, based on the many, many photos and videos that are circulating online, that we had nothing but a respectful, cordial, fun-loving conversation. You know, I welcomed her. It was her first time to Jamaica, and told her some of the things that she could do apart from what she was doing in the official duties. So that is what had happened, and I think the British press, rather than looking at the matters at hand, which are critical and important and urgent, chose to use personalities to trump, you know, the more important issues at hand. So that became more viral, I guess, to subdue the issues of reparations and what the country was actually feeling. And indeed, many CARICOM nations are feeling at this point in terms of how we would like to engage the United Kingdom government on where we need to now go as a region.
Let me interject. I'll continue that bit of a conversation there. But one of the main reasons I played this is not only to highlight Jamaica's, this was about maybe a year ago, but I think it needs rehashing because this not only highlights the fact that Jamaica is moving towards becoming a republic and also highlighting our call for reparations in the region, but it also highlights how the Western superpowers and the Western colonialists tend to spin stories instead of dealing with what we would deem priorities to us, the natives of the Caribbean. They are wild and ready to go off on a tangent because the UK press exploded and they were concerned about one of the officials for the government contingent turning away from the royal members who were visiting. So again, it shows how we are expected to be subordinate. Here we have particular issues, things we want to discuss, things we want to see happen, but they are more concerned about us genuflecting and bowing and still acting as if though we are subservient slaves to the master. So I'll continue this clip.
I'm looking at some signs that say no to the royal family in all different ways. What are the steps for Jamaica to become a republic and remove Queen Elizabeth as head of state?
Okay, you can either go through a referendum or you can amend the Constitution. So you can either put it to a vote of the country or we can amend the Constitution. So it's not a difficult thing to do. Barbados has done it, and they did it with elegance, and I think they were very respectful in the way that they have done it. And we have significantly been calling for Jamaica to have its own head of state, removing the monarchy as our head of state, not only because we believe that as a nation we have the ability to do it on our own and to chart our own course into the future, but also because Jamaicans don't really benefit from having the monarchy as our head of state. Ordinary Jamaicans, it's very difficult for Jamaicans to get a visa to go to the United Kingdom. And certainly this region, Jamaicans as well, after World War II, were part of the Windrush generation. And we saw what happened with many of them last year and the appreciation that they gave. I mean, now they're trying to step up. But we have a lot of respect for nations around the world. The beauty about who we are as Jamaicans is we will tell you how we feel. It doesn't mean after that we won't play a game of dominoes or have a drink. But we are unabashed in our resolve to make you understand that there were atrocities, there are crimes against humanity. The systemic injustice and racial indignation that Black people feel as a result of 300 years of being bludgeoned by another race, and in fact, by the monarchy, is something that just doesn't go away. So the CARICOM Commission has put forward a 10-point plan, which looks to some of the dialogue that we'd like to have and some of the things that we believe ought to come out of reparations. Other countries have paid reparations. I think the only time that the UK has paid reparations was in Kenya to the Kenyans for the uprising between the Mau Mau and the UK government in seeking their own freedom. So we must look at how colonialism has impacted the inequality, the inequity, the lack of opportunity, the way that no schools were left in the Caribbean per se, there were no health facilities, there were no economic opportunities, because what Britain did was to pay the slave owners and the plantation owners when slavery came to an end for their losses. The slaves never got anything. And so if you have that kind of setback from then, but what we're saying and what I said also in the Guardian piece, is that this should be used as a tipping point for the royals, the young royals in particular, to reset how they see their leadership charting a way into the future with more enthusiasm for a fairer global society.
You mentioned the Windrush generation. And if you can explain for the many who are not familiar with this population in Britain, that Britain actually tried to deport after a period of time. Explain who they are.
The Windrush generation, and thank you for that, the Windrush generation are my grandmothers, the older generation after World War II. So when World War II ended, the United Kingdom called for able-bodied persons from the colonies to come and help rebuild the railroads, the roads, the buildings after the war. And it was Jamaicans and others who went to the United Kingdom to rebuild those facilities. They're the ones who rebuilt it. They're the ones who said put their sweat, their time, their effort. And what had happened was some of them and some of their children were not properly documented. And quite recently, many of them were deported after so many years of being there. And it was a scandal in the UK, and the Foreign Office had to very, very quickly, because it was heinous, it was hurtful, it was unbelievable, certainly to many of us in Jamaica and the Caribbean who have relatives there from way back as the 1950s and the late 1940s to recognize that this had actually happened. And that's the Windrush generation. They were the ones who built.
I want to go back to Prince William speaking in Jamaica.
I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history. I want to express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened.
So that is Prince William. And I'm wondering, MP Hannah, if you had a conversation with either him or Kate Middleton, but most importantly, of course, what exactly you're calling for. If you can talk about the whole reparations movement, the CARICOM Reparations Commission that you were a part of a few years ago, what are we talking about here?
Well, you would have seen that I said that I didn't think both Prince William and Prince Charles were very bold or courageous in what they said, because condemnation without action is hollow. And so while we appreciate the royal regrets, which is what I said, it doesn't go far enough. What we would like to see is you condemn something, you say sorry for it, and you say, here's what we are going to do to right those wrongs of history. And what can happen, and Prince William is in a unique position now with where the world is, to look to his leadership of shaping and charting a new, fairer global society, especially for Black people. And he would be remembered for that. So he should take up that 10-point CARICOM reparations plan. Let us look at it. Let us look at the healthcare requests that we're looking at, or suggestions. Let us look at the museums. Let us look at the technical transfer. Let us look at debt cancellation. Let us look, first of all, at the apology. Let us look at the fact that there was tremendous genocide, that was basically perpetrated by the United Kingdom on millions of Black people who came to the Caribbean. Let's start there. It's not only abhorrent, you have to get stronger in your actions. And that's what people want to see. Gone are the days when we would just accept a beautiful speech. That doesn't placate us, because words without actions only offend us. And that's what I think you saw when they came. And I think the Prince and the Duchess need to see this as an opportunity. It was an important trip for them. And rather than see it as a turbulent start, it's just the start. It's not the end of their journey. And they should use this start as a tipping point to shape how they're going to lead in their ascendancy.
And there you had it. What do you feel about that? I do concur or agree with the lady when she said that the prince and his father, in making an apology for the abhorrence of slavery, is rather hollow at this time, because just words without actions mean nothing. We would like to not only hear you say you're sorry, but, well, as a matter of fact, they have not really said they're sorry. There's more of a broad statement that, you know, slavery was abhorrent, it should not have happened, but an apology has not really been forthcoming. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even really care about the apology, because one can apologize and not mean anything. What I would be more concerned about is taking action to remedy the problems that have come out of the past. Okay, so that is where I stand on that issue. Now I'm going to stay in the vein of Jamaica. This is a bit of information from about 2 weeks ago, and Jamaica, the Jamaican Prime Minister, speaking on the impact of the China-US trade war in the region.
Eruption in the normal routine of would be the declared change in U.S. trade policy.
After months of rising tensions, economic uncertainty, and mounting pressure, Caribbean leaders can no longer ignore the looming trade war between superpowers USA and China. At a critical turning point, Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness finally steps forward to address the crisis that threatens the entire region. What was once a distant clash between economic giants has now become our problem. Rising prices, unstable markets, and foreign pressure are squeezing small island nations, forcing us to make impossible choices. Will we be pulled into the crossfire, forced to pick a side? Or will the Caribbean stand together and carve out its own path? This is more than politics. This is about our sovereignty, our economy, and the fate of every Jamaican. Drop a like if you believe Jamaica must stand strong. Subscribe if you demand bold leadership that puts Jamaicans first. Because this conversation, it's just getting started.
And I'd like to invite my brother, Prime Minister Holness, to be able to address on the issue of the trade implications and aspects of the very challenging environment within which we have to prepare for other eventualities, but we do so with calm assurance. Thank you. Andrew.
Thank you, Prime Minister Motley. First, let me say thanks to your government and the people of Barbados for the excellent arrangements and hospitality. My own view, Mayor, is that the meeting went very well. And I join with my brother Irfan in filing a claim to your Labour Department for having us work till 1 o'clock in the morning. But it was all good for the people of the region, and I believe...
I'm going to beg Prime Minister Davis to defend me. Thank you.
And I believe the people of CARICOM can feel confident in the leadership. The issues that were addressed were relevant issues for the development of the region, and we grappled with them in real ways to seek solutions. One area of grave concern would be the declared change in U.S. trade policy. Many businesses have reached out. The private sector is indeed concerned. I believe that the posture of CARICOM is that we must be prepared. We can't approach this with any panic, and we should also accept that with these changes, the concern shouldn't only be that there would be disruption in the normal routine of trade, but that there could also be great opportunities for the region. The region has a well-established office for trade negotiations, and it has worked very well for us, and we are using the incredible resources in that office to study the challenges that could come and to provide us guidance, all the governments in the region, guidance as to how we should structure our trade policy to both mitigate any fallout but take advantage of the opportunities. We will therefore be conducting a very detailed review of our trade situation with the United States, and we hope that in another 3 or 4 months we will have a document which will give us a policy direction and give advice and support to the governments of the region as to how to treat with any potential change that may happen in U.S. foreign policy. We also discussed issues of security, and I know that Prime Minister Rowley will deal with the security issues, but while I have the microphone, it is of critical importance that the region treats with the issues of gangs, and Jamaica has taken a very strong position on treating with gangs. We see gangs as an existential threat. Obviously, the ultimate case would be with the situation in Haiti. But we also see gangs acting in ways and committing acts that can only be described as acts of terror. And therefore, I have called in Jamaica, and I'm making the call now at this CARICOM platform, that there needs to be a global war on gangs in the same way that there is a global war on terror. If the gangs are allowed free rein, they will challenge the effectiveness and undermine states, which we are seeing happening not just in the region in CARICOM, but in the wider Central and South American region. So we discussed the issue. I believe there is general consensus that in addition to treating with the security issue from a public health perspective and treating with the root causes of social disenfranchisement and economic marginalization, that there needs to be a firm hand in treating with the gangs, particularly as it relates to the transnational element of the gangs, which means that the countries in the region would have to have greater cooperation and sharing of intelligence and resources in tackling this very grave threat.
Thank you, Andrew.
So now the question is, where does the Caribbean go from here? For decades, we have been caught in the shadows of global superpowers, forced to navigate a world where the rules are written by nations far bigger than ours. But how much longer can we afford to be pawns in their economic battles, when we have the power to stand on our own? Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, Guyana, the entire Caribbean, we are stronger together. But will our leaders have the courage to put our people first, to reject outside pressure, and forge a new path forward? Or will we watch, yet again, as powerful nations make decisions that leave us scrambling to survive? Drop a comment below. Should Jamaica and the Caribbean unite for economic independence? Or is aligning with a superpower the only way forward? Like this video if you believe it's time for our region to rise. And subscribe, because this conversation is far from over.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. WINN FM.
Unlock the secrets to a healthier you. Join Dr. Natalie Osborne every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on WINN FM 98.9 for Weekly Dose. During this 30-minute health discussion, we aim to educate and empower our listeners on the prevention of diseases, early diagnosis, and timely intervention. Don't miss out on this informative health talk where we teach you to live your best life. Weekly Dose, Tuesdays on WINN FM 98.9.
We'll be here in the worst of times. We'll be here till things get better. We'll be here to see you through. We're here invested in you. We're invested in you. You can depend on us. We will take care of you with a legacy of commitment you can trust. We hear what you've been saying. We know what you've been thinking. We understand what's in your heart. Trust us to do our part. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Be the natural you with Fruta. The juice with the great flavor. What? Not nice like Fruta. The best juice come from the nature. Where fun and flavor collide. Perfect thing for nice up the vibe. Live Fruta for you, that's my style. With Fruta every sip give a smile.
Live Fruitaful. Look for us on the shelf with our new packaging. Enjoy 100% natural juice flavor. It's so fresh.
Live Fruitaful with Fruta.
The importance of co-parenting. Every child has the right to bond with the parents that gave them life. Children are happiest when they can freely communicate and enjoy the time, talents, and lessons that each parent brings to the relationship.
We make co-parenting difficult when we focus on differences rather than what is in the best interest of our children. Parents, your relationship with each other should never affect the relationship you have with your child. Celebrate your children together. They deserve your best. A message brought to you by the Department of Probation and Child Protection Services. Contact us at 467-1311 or 662-6833 for more information.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on WINN Media 98.9.
And I'm back with you. The time is 9:32. And I have a bit of sad news as it relates to one of our stars, an individual whose music I have in droves, one of the great entertainers to hail from the Caribbean region, none other than the late Coco T. So without further ado, let me bring to you this bit of a despondent news in relation to Coco T and his passing.
Good evening and welcome to the news roundup for Tuesday the 11th of March. Before we get into the news, please remember to like this video, share your views in the comments, and share the video with your family and friends.
Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Now for the news in detail. Iconic reggae singer Coco T lost his battle with cancer. He reportedly passed away shortly after 4 a.m. at a hospital in South Florida on Tuesday. He was 65 years old. Born Calvin Scott, Coco T, who hails from Rocky Point in Clarendon, initially trained to become a jockey. He attended Savannah Primary School and then Bustamante Junior Secondary School in Lionel Town. During this time, he began singing on school and the church choirs. When he was 14 years old, his talent came to the attention of producer Willie Francis, who invited him to the studio to record Searching in the Hills. His breakthrough came in the early 1980s with Rocking Dolly, a song produced by Henry John Laws for the Volcano label. Later that decade, he established fruitful partnerships with producers King Jammy and Bobby Digital. Among his hits are She Loves Me Now, I've Lost My Sonia, Sweet Sweet Coco T, Rikers Island, Holy Mount Zion, Good Life, and Pirates Anthem featuring Shabba Ranks and Home Tea. An unidentified man was shot and killed after he allegedly engaged a police party in an armed...
Well, don't want to delve into the other news there. My emphasis was mainly on the passing of Mr. Coco T. I see a clip here that deals with his life, sort of a synopsis of his life, so I'm going to go to that.
Coco T, born Calvin George Scott on March 3rd, 1959, in Rocky Point, Clarendon, Jamaica, is a renowned reggae and dancehall singer known for his smooth vocals and conscious lyrics. Early life and career. Born in the fishing village of Rocky Point, Clarendon Parish, Jamaica, Coco T was one of the most popular singers in Jamaica from the 1980s onwards, achieving significant worldwide success in the reggae world. He made his first venture into the music industry at only 14 years of age in 1974, when he released Searching in the Hills for Willie Francis's Little Willie label. When the song failed to hit, the young Calvin gave up on the music industry for a while and spent time working as both a jockey and a fisherman over the next few years. Unable to stay away for too long, he gained experience singing live on various sound systems before eventually find his way to Henry Junjo Law's Volcano label in 1984, where he scored big hits with first Rocking Dolly and later I Lost My Sonia under the name Coco T. From there, his career continued to progress, leading to overseas tours and working with many other Jamaican producers. Some of his biggest hits of this period include Young Lover and Children of the Ghetto for the Jammies label, as well as Holding On in collaboration with Home Tea and Shabba Ranks for Gussie Clarke's Music Works. In 1990, he released the smash hit Rikers Island on the Mr. Do imprint, inspired by John Holt's 1977 song Up Park Camp, with reworked lyrics referencing the Rikers Island prison in New York City as a warning to young Jamaican immigrants of the time. He also voiced a version, in combination with Nardo Ranks, titled Me No Like Rikers Island, which featured on the 1991 Columbia SME Records compilation Dancehall Reggae Español. His success continued into the 1990s, with songs such as Bust Out of Hell, again for Junjo, Tune In for Jammies, as well as working with new producers such as Philip Fatis Burrell on Good Life and She Loves Me Now, as well as Bobby Digital Dixon for Moving On, Heathen, and No Threat, to name a few. Many of these productions found their way onto albums released by international labels such as VP Records, Greensleeves, and Ras Records. By this stage, he had established himself as one of the top singers in the reggae world and remained a favorite with fans ever since, performing at almost every reggae sunsplash. In 1997, he launched his own label, Roaring Lion Records, which achieved a good deal of success, releasing songs by some of the top artists on the island, including Buju Banton, Louis Culture, Capleton, Cutty Ranks, Sizzler, and of course, Sweet Sweet Coco T himself. He gained notoriety in March 2008 after releasing a song titled Barack Obama on the label in support of the US presidential candidate by the same name. Coco T's song Jah Made Them That Way from his 1984 album Rocking Dolly interpolates Human Nature by Michael Jackson and Answer Me Question by Dillinger. He initiated the annual New Year's Eve events Dance Hall Jam Jam in 2003, which ran until 2009 with plans to resurrect it in 2015. Between 2015 and his passing in 2025, Coco T remained active in the reggae scene, contributing both new music and compilations that celebrated his enduring legacy. Albums Sunset in Negril, 2014. Released just before 2015, this album showcased Coco T's signature smooth vocals and conscious lyrics, reinforcing his status in the reggae community. Music is Our Business, 2019. This compilation album featured a selection of Coco T's classic tracks, offering both longtime fans and new listeners a comprehensive look at his influential career. Coco T's influence remained evident through various collaborations and live performances during this period. His continued presence in the music scene ensured that his classic hits reached new audiences, maintaining his relevance in the evolving reggae landscape. Coco T's enduring contributions to reggae music from 2015 onward highlight his dedication to the genre and his ability to adapt to its evolving sounds, ensuring his legacy as a pivotal figure in reggae history. November 26th, 2022. He performed at the Kings and Queens of the Earth event held at Queen's Park Savannah in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago. In addition to his solo performances, Coco T collaborated with other artists, contributing to the vibrant reggae and soca music scenes. For instance, Trinidadian soca band Kez released a song titled Coco T in November 2024, which gained significant popularity. While the song is a tribute and not a direct collaboration, it underscores Coco T's influence in the Caribbean music landscape. Throughout his career, Coco T's live performances were celebrated for their energy and authenticity, leaving a lasting impact on audiences worldwide. Personal life. Coco T, born Colvin George Scott, was married to Malvia Scott. They had children together, though specific details about their family life have been kept private. In January 2024, Coco T faced health challenges that led to hospitalization. His wife, Malvia Scott, addressed rumors about his condition, stating, "Yes, Coco T is in hospital, but he is very much alive," while requesting privacy during that period. Cause of death. On March 11th, 2025, Coco T passed away at the age of 65 in Broward, Florida, after suffering a cardiac arrest. Beyond music, Coco T was known for his advocacy for cultural awareness, fitness initiatives like Coco Robics, and mentorship of younger artists. Despite facing health challenges in his later years, he continued to perform and influence the reggae community until his passing in 2025. His legacy lives on through his music, which continues to inspire fans globally, reinforcing his status as one of reggae's most cherished voices.
And there you had a sort of synopsis, history of the late, great Coco T. And for those of you younger ones who are not too familiar, perhaps you can do some research and find out about the man and his music. And I'm sure that you will be enlightened and thrilled because he has some of the great reggae songs, whether it's conscious reggae, dancehall reggae, lovers rock reggae. You know, Coco T is one of my favorites when it comes to reggae music. Well, the time is 9:43. I haven't seen my phone lines lighting up, so I surmise that the phone in the studios of WINN FM 98.9 are not presently working, because it is not likely that I would not see them light up even once. So we will have to see if we can remedy that. If not, then I'm going to have to be playing a whole lot of clips rather than having an interaction with my audience, which I prefer. As of this time, I'll take a bit of a commercial break.
Yeah, no.
And I'll be right back with you.
Found the sound 98.9 WINN FM.
Voices has a new time. Starting Friday, January 24, tune in from 10 to 12 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for Voices right after Island Tea on WINN FM. Money Matters with Dr. Terrence Martin moves to Monday afternoons from 1 to 2 p.m. Inside the News on Saturday mornings, now 10 to 12 noon. Tune in to WINN FM 98.9. Log on to winmediaskn.com and our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch pages. And let's go. Keep up with the news on our website and by following our WINN Media SKN channel on WhatsApp. Message your comments or call WINN FM at 466-0989, 662-0989, or call our U.S. numbers from anywhere, 718-285-6984, 305-921-4619, and call our sales office at 466-9586. Voices, now 10 to 12 a.m. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Money Matters, 1 to 2 p.m. Monday afternoon. And Inside the News, Saturdays, 10 to 12 noon on WINN FM 98.9.
Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on WINN Media 98.9.
And I'm back with you, and it seems as if though I have a caller. Let me try to engage. Hello, are you there? Hello? Well, it doesn't seem as if though I have that caller. Whoever that individual was, I admonish you to try to re-engage, give me a call, and I'll see if I can indulge you in a conversation. Like I said, you can speak on anything you wish. Hello? Good day? Hello? Again, I'm not hearing anything, so I don't know what is happening here. Well, it doesn't seem as if though our phone lines are working, because I see it ringing, but when I try to engage, I hear nothing. So, anyway, like I was saying, if you do get through and I can engage you, you can speak on any issue you wish, anything that you feel is relevant, pertinent to Caribbean life, living, advancement, and so forth, and or you can indulge in something that perhaps we have discussed so far this morning. We touched the Caribbean making statements that they are not interested in the U.S. citizen, the U.S. visa, if it is going to compromise their relations with Cuba and the Cuban doctors and what they contribute to the Caribbean region. Hello? Yeah, my phone lines definitely are not working. We would have to get someone here to check that out. My apologies to you who have been trying to get in touch, but this is beyond my control. There's nothing I can really do. So I hope that is rectified sooner than later. Yes, we discussed this morning the threat to withhold visas to Caribbean leaders and their families who engaged the Cuban doctors, and also we sort of took a retrospective look at when one of the royalties, or some of the members of the royal family were visiting in the region, and how they tried to move the topic away from reparations and relevant things to us within the region to gossip about who did not pay proper homage to the visiting dignitaries. So that was something we touched on. Also, we touched on, in that same clip, the cry for reparations in the region. Well, as I cannot engage with my callers, and I am not one who speaks non-stop, ongoing, so I'm going to be playing more clips, and I have one here that deals with Caribbean trailblazers. As a matter of fact, the caption reads 10 Caribbean trailblazers and heroes of today. So I'm going to play that, and again, it doesn't seem the phone lines are working, because when I see them light up and I try to engage, I get nothing but silence. Anyway, enjoy this clip.
Author and his Welcome to a journey through the lives of 10 remarkable Caribbean heroes who embody the spirit of resilience, excellence, and the infectious energy the Caribbean is known for. From legendary cricketers to inspiring leaders in academia, sports, public health, music, politics, and more, these individuals have made an indelible mark on the region and the world. Join us as we celebrate their extraordinary achievements and contributions to the Caribbean's vibrant tapestry of culture and history. Don't miss this opportunity to be inspired by the stories of these remarkable Caribbean icons, past and present. Let's dive in. The vibrant and culturally rich Caribbean region is home to numerous personalities whose positive contributions have touched the hearts of their fellow islanders and resonated far beyond the turquoise waters and sandy shores. In our last video, we went over 10 of those heroes who are no longer with us, but whose impact and legacy still live on. In today's video, we will instead focus on a few of those heroes still with us and those who continue to make waves in their respective arenas. Join us on a journey through the lives of 10 remarkable people who embody the spirit of resilience, excellence, and the infectious energy the Caribbean is known for. To start our list, we go to one of the most prolific sportsmen in the field of world-class cricket, Brian Lara. This legendary cricketer from Trinidad and Tobago is a name that resonates with every cricket enthusiast around the globe. Lara's journey through the cricketing world is nothing short of awe-inspiring. With a career spanning more than 2 decades, Brian Lara left an indelible mark on the sport. He topped the Test batting rankings on several occasions and holds several cricketing records, including the record of the highest individual score in first-class cricket, with 501 not out, which is also the only quintuple hundred in first-class cricket history. Lara also holds the record for the highest individual score in a Test innings after scoring 400 not out against England in 2004. Brian Lara is also the only batsman in the history of international Test cricket to have scored 400-plus runs in an innings, and held for 18 years the record of scoring the highest number of runs in a single over of a Test match, when he scored 28 runs off an over by Robin Peterson of South Africa in 2003. Finally, as captain, he led the West Indies team to win the 2004 ICC Champions Trophy, the first time the team won any major ICC trophy since winning the 1979 Cricket World Cup. But off the field, Lara's commitment to charitable causes and the development of cricket in the Caribbean only further solidifies his status as a true hero of the region. He remains an icon and an inspiration, a living legend whose name will forever be synonymous with the grace, power, and artistry of cricket. Next on our list, we switch to the world of academia and one of the most known regional historians and leaders in Caribbean academia, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles of Barbados. Standing as a beacon of knowledge and transformation in the Caribbean, Sir Beckles has had an influence on the field of academia in the region for more than 2 decades. As the Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, UWI, Sir Hilary Beckles has held one of the most prestigious positions in the Caribbean's academic landscape. Under his guidance, the UWI has evolved into a world-class institution, contributing significantly to the development and enlightenment of the region. But his contributions extend well beyond academia. Beckles is a prolific author and historian, known for his extensive work on Caribbean history, particularly focusing on the transatlantic slave trade and its impact. His research has shed light on the painful past while emphasizing the resilience and strength of the people of the Caribbean. Additionally, Sir Beckles is a tireless advocate for social justice, reparations, and the plight faced by Caribbeans from globally oppressive institutions. In a world where knowledge and history play pivotal roles in shaping the future, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles is a guiding light. He continues to inspire and teach young Caribbean minds so they are prepared to be critical thinkers and leaders of tomorrow. Next on our list, we highlight a man who may not have been known to many of you, but whose work has been instrumental to Caribbean development and global health, and that is Sir George Allen. Hailing from Barbados, Allen is a distinguished and trailblazing figure in the realm of global health and epidemiology, leaving an indelible mark on the international healthcare landscape. Sir George's illustrious career is characterized by his dedication to advancing the field of epidemiology and his tireless commitment to improving public health on a global scale. He has held various prestigious positions, including the Director Emeritus of the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and served as the United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy for HIV/AIDS in the Caribbean during a time HIV/AIDS had a grip on the region. Outside of his role as a public health champion, Sir George Allen also became the first Barbadian to become Chancellor of the University of the West Indies, and was also the first Chancellor to have received his university education at the institution. Those roles have allowed him to influence health policies and initiatives across the Caribbean and beyond. These contributions, and more to the field of public health, have been instrumental in shaping strategies for disease control and prevention. His work extends to a wide range of health issues, including infectious diseases, chronic illnesses, and health system strengthening, all aimed at enhancing the well-being of communities worldwide. Highlighting another sports legend, we pay tribute to one of the fastest females of all time and the pocket rocket herself, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Hailing from Jamaica, her remarkable speed and infectious enthusiasm have made her a beloved figure in the world of athletics. Renowned for her explosiveness off the starting blocks, Shelly-Ann has achieved extraordinary success in the world of sprinting. In the 100 meters, her signature event, she is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and a 5-time world champion. In the 200 meters, she won gold and silver at the World Athletics Championships, as well as an Olympic silver medal. Overall, she won 8 Olympic medals as she rose from relative obscurity at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. But it is her captivating personality and charisma that transformed Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce from an athletic legend to a true hero. She started the Pocket Rocket Foundation to give back after all the help she received growing up in Waterhouse. This foundation gives student athletes the help they need to create a big impact, as she has. If you found inspiration in the stories of these incredible Caribbean heroes, don't forget to show your support. Give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join our community of like-minded individuals. Staying in track and field, it would be a grave error on our part if we do not highlight possibly the most prolific track athlete of all time. You guessed it, Usain the Lightning Bolt. Usain Bolt's incredible talent, record-breaking feats, and philanthropic generosity have transformed him from a mere sports legend. When it comes to athletics, his notoriety spans continents. He is a triple Olympic gold medalist in the 100 meter, 200 meter, and 4x100 meter relay, and holds 8 gold medals, though 1 medal was stripped due to a teammate's failed doping test. His world records, particularly in the 100 meters and 200 meters, have set a bar so high they continue to remain unchallenged. But Bolt's appeal extends beyond the track. His infectious personality, wide smile, and playful demeanor have endeared him to fans worldwide. Off the track, Bolt's philanthropic efforts and commitment to community development are equally remarkable. The Usain Bolt Foundation has contributed to various charitable causes, including supporting educational initiatives and healthcare projects in Jamaica and beyond. He is also a businessman who started his chain of Caribbean restaurants and continues to be an advocate when speaking about the Caribbean and Jamaica. Usain Bolt is not just a sprinter, he is a global superstar, a symbol of joy and celebration, and a true ambassador for the Caribbean. Switching gears, we come to another world-renowned Caribbean, and one whose journey from a small Caribbean island to international stardom has been nothing short of spectacular. Yes, that's right, it is Robin Rihanna Fenty. Born in Barbados, Rihanna's life story is a testament to the power of talent, determination, and an unapologetic self-expression. Rihanna's remarkable career began in the world of music, where she quickly rose to prominence as a pop and R&B sensation. Her debut single, Ponder Replay, marked the beginning of a meteoric rise to fame. With numerous chart-topping hits, she has become one of the best-selling artists of all time, winning multiple Grammy Awards along the way. However, her influence extends far beyond music. Rihanna is a dynamic force in the fashion and beauty industries. Her cosmetics line, Fenty Beauty, set new standards for inclusivity, offering a wide range of shades to suit every skin tone. Her fashion endeavors, including Fenty X, Puma, and Savage X Fenty, have disrupted the industry and shown that black-oriented beauty and consumer products have a place in the mainstream. Rihanna has also become a leader for her commitment to philanthropy and social justice. She is known for her work with the Clara Lionel Foundation, a charity which invests in climate justice initiatives in the Caribbean and helps communities prepare for and withstand natural disasters. She is also a champion of education, providing annual scholarships to Barbadian students as well. Rihanna's journey from a Barbadian girl with big dreams to a global icon is a testament to the unwavering personality we have all come to admire in her. She is a symbol of empowerment, self-expression, and the limitless possibilities that arise when talent, ambition, and a heart for change come together. Switching away from celebrities and international sensations, we pay tribute to someone who may not be as popular, but who nonetheless has contributed greatly to the development of the Caribbean and her home country. Let's give some respect to Dr. Carla Barnett, the distinguished Belizean economist and regional leader. Born and raised in Belize, Dr. Barnett is widely recognized for her exceptional work in the field of economics and currently serves as the Secretary General of the Caribbean Community, or CARICOM. She started out working with the Caribbean Development Bank before going back home to her country to serve in several positions, ranging from Deputy Governor General of the Central Bank of Belize, also being the first woman to do so, to becoming Belize's first Treasury Secretary. Her expertise in these various positions had been instrumental in formulating policies and strategies aimed at bolstering economic growth, stability, and integration in the Caribbean. But as an economist, Dr. Carla Barnett's contributions are not confined to the realm of numbers. As the head of CARICOM, she is a fervent advocate for social justice and gender equality. Her holistic approach to development underscores the importance of addressing the needs of the most vulnerable in society, ensuring that no one is left behind on the path to progress. Being a strong woman in the field has led her to chart the way not only for economic development, but also for the inclusion of young girls into the world of diplomacy. Moving on our list, we come to one of the most distinguished social scientists and criminologists in the region, Dr. Anthony W. Harriott. Born in Kingston, Jamaica, Dr. Anthony Harriott is widely recognized for his research and analysis of crime, violence, and social justice in the Caribbean, with a particular focus on Jamaica. Through his work, he has played a pivotal role in shaping policies and strategies aimed at addressing these critical challenges in the Caribbean. For more than 10 years, he has served as the director of the Institute of Criminal Justice and Security and led the inception of the Police Civilian Oversight Authority, PCOA, in Jamaica. Throughout his illustrious career, Dr. Harriott's work has not only shed light on the root causes of crime, but has also proposed practical solutions to create safer and more inclusive communities. His expertise has been sought after by governments, international organizations, and academic institutions, making him a leading authority in his field. In addition to his academic contributions, Dr. Anthony W. Harriott is known for his dedication to mentoring the next generation of scholars and practitioners. As the head of the Department of Government at the University of the West Indies, Mona campus, he has inspired countless individuals to follow in his footsteps, making a positive impact on the region's development.
And I'm going to sort of close off on that, as we have just about come to the end of another stint of Island Tea. Like I said, Hortensia unable to be in today, but should be in tomorrow. Unfortunately, I could not engage you on the phone lines because for the most part, I didn't see anything lighting up. And then just recently, about maybe 10 or so minutes ago, when I did see the phones lighting up, I could not engage. So my apologies, and I hope that we get that rectified sooner than later. And I hope that it is not an ongoing problem here, because I know that for some time there have been issues with our phone lines. But I think that in this modern day, in this modern era, we should not be having issues with phone lines almost every other day or something like that. So, again, thanks for listening. I know that you're out there listening. Unfortunately, we could not engage. So I'm going to take a bit of a break and get ready for the upcoming program.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is WINN FM.
Let's stop child sexual abuse. The age of consent is 16, yet our 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10-year-olds are becoming victims of sexual abuse and exploitation, which is being forced into sexual activity before they are old enough to decide. This causes mental, emotional, and physical harm to our children. Parents, it is your responsibility to protect and to educate your children. Develop a relationship of trust with your child. If they trust you, they will tell you. Child sexual abuse cannot be our norm. We must work together to correct this. Help us prevent, help us protect, help us prosecute. A message by the Department of Probation and Child Protection Services. Contact us at 467-1311 or 662-6833 for more information.
Buster! We run things, things are on we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste, Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster!
Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you. Join me, Percival Hanley, this coming Friday and every other Friday.